No one in the galaxy had ever seen a ship like it. It came from the edge of known space, silent and unregistered, moving with a precision that felt unnatural. The Galactic Council detected it first, a single contact breaking through their deep space monitoring nets. At first they thought it was an error, some data glitch caused by a dying sensor. But as the readings grew stronger, and the ship's massive size became clear, the Council's chambers fell into an uneasy silence. For thousands of years, the Council had ruled the stars without challenge. The strongest fleets, the most advanced civilizations, all united under one banner. Every rebellion had been crushed, every new species had learned its place. But this signal, this unknown warship, did not match any known design. Its shape was strange, too sleek, too armored, too human. The word spread quickly. Across hundreds of star systems, ships began preparing for battle. The Council was not taking risks. They called in the great fleets, the Veiled Dominion, the Drath Empire, the Otrian Crusaders. Each had fought countless wars. Together they could erase a planet in hours. To them this was just another show of power. But when the first images came through, something changed. The ship was black, massive, and carried no transponder. Its surface looked alive, covered in strange metallic plates that seemed to move on their own. It wasn't emitting the usual warp signature. It didn't even use known propulsion methods. It was moving through space as if the laws of physics bowed down to it. Then came the voice, brief, human, cold. Unidentified fleets detected. Stand down. The words echoed through every command center in the sector. The transmission lasted only 3 seconds, and then it was gone. The commanders laughed at first. A single ship threatening the might of the Council's fleets? Impossible. They had over 2,000 warships in orbit, armed with weapons that could destroy moons. The unknown ship was alone. The order was given. Surround and analyze. If it resisted, destroy it. The fleets moved into formation. Thousands of ships aligned in the cold void. Energy cannons charging, fighters launching like swarms of angry insects. From a distance it looked like a small sun had been born. The light of so many engines burning together. Then, something impossible happened. Every targeting system failed at once. The Council ships tried to lock onto the human warship, but their sensors went blind. Their AI systems started to crash. Communications filled with static. Even their own radar signatures vanished. The unknown ship wasn't cloaking, it was bending the very space around it. In the middle of that chaos, a ripple appeared in space. A wave of invisible energy spread outward, washing over the alien fleets like a silent storm. Every ship stopped moving. For 4 long minutes, the galaxy held its breath. The Viel flagship, the Crown of Infinity, tried to fire first. Its captain shouted for all cannons to unleash full power. The blast never came. Instead, the flagship's reactors melted in an instant, imploding from within. Its armor folded like paper, its engines silent. The entire crew vanished before they could even scream. Then came the second minute. Dozens of ships began disintegrating without a single shot being fired at them. It was as if invisible hands were crushing them, bending metal and light together. The Drath warships, known for their indestructible shields, collapsed one by one. Their shield energy was being drained, redirected, and absorbed by the human vessel. The unknown ship didn't fire a single missile. It didn't even move. It was just watching. By the 3rd minute, the Council commanders were shouting in terror. No one could understand what kind of weapon could do this. Their science officers screamed that the ship's energy readings didn't match any known technology. It was using something that wasn't plasma, wasn't antimatter, wasn't any known form of power. It was something new, something old, something impossible. By the 4th minute, the entire battle was over. The mightiest fleets of the galaxy, destroyers, cruisers, dreadnoughts, were nothing but drifting wreckage. Silence filled the void. Where thousands of ships once stood, only fragments floated. The human warship remained untouched, its black hull reflecting the dying light of destroyed fleets. Then it sent one final message. Humanity has returned. Stand by for contact, and then it vanished. No warp signature, no engine trail. It simply disappeared, leaving behind a scar in space. A region where light itself bent unnaturally, refusing to move straight. The Council's leaders met in emergency session that same cycle. Their faces were pale, their voices shaken. For the first time in millennia, they didn't feel like rulers of the galaxy. They felt like prey. The council's supreme speaker, a being who had lived for 900 years, stared at the hollow of the destroyed fleets. "One ship," he whispered. "One ship did this." Reports began to arrive from the outer colonies. Strange sightings. Planetary defense systems deactivated without reason. Old human outposts, once thought destroyed, were sending faint signals again. The name Titan appeared again and again in the data logs. No one knew what it meant. But one thing was clear. Humanity, long forgotten and thought extinct, was back. And they were no longer the weak species that had once begged for a place among the stars. Some said they had evolved. Others believed they had found something ancient, something the galaxy itself had buried. And if a single human warship could erase the mightiest fleets in 4 minutes, what would happen when the rest of their armada arrived? The galaxy had no answer. But deep within that silence, far beyond known space, sensors detected movement again. Another signal. Another unknown human warship. The galaxy was never the same after that day. The destruction of the Council's fleet spread across every world like a nightmare that refused to end. Billions had watched the battle through deep space broadcasts before the signals were cut. Everyone saw the same thing. A single silent ship that erased the greatest armada in history within minutes. No one could explain it. No one dared to. In the days that followed, panic ruled the stars. Whole empires went into lockdown. Trade routes shut down. Fear replaced power. The name human became a whisper that leaders refused to speak aloud. It was like saying the name would summon something terrible. The Galactic Council tried to regain control. They called emergency meetings, demanded reports, and searched for survivors from the destroyed fleets. None were found. Even escape pods were missing. It was as if the people aboard those ships had simply vanished from existence. Scientists examined the battlefield wreckage for clues. What they found made no sense. The metal fragments left behind were molecularly altered, their atomic bonds rearranged as if rewritten by God's hand. The energy traces were beyond known physics. No radiation, no plasma, no dark matter distortion. It was energy without source. It was power without logic. Rumors started spreading. Some said the humans had discovered something ancient, technology left behind by the creators, the first civilization said to have shaped the stars. Others believed humanity had ascended beyond biological limits, merging with machines until they became something else entirely. But one thing was undeniable. They were back. 2 cycles after the destruction, new signals appeared. One near the Orion Rift, another beyond the Veil Nebula. Each signal matched the same impossible energy pattern. Each time, entire fleets sent to investigate disappeared. No wreckage, no survivors, no transmissions. Just silence. The Council was collapsing. Member species began pulling away, building defenses around their own worlds. The old alliances shattered. No one trusted anyone. Every civilization wanted to know one thing. What do the humans want? Then a transmission appeared across all networks simultaneously. It wasn't sent through normal channels. It simply appeared on every screen, every frequency, every mind link. It was a symbol. A circle of light surrounding a single word. Titan. The meaning became clear over time. The warship that destroyed the fleets wasn't just a ship. It was a Titan-Class vessel. Something humanity had created after disappearing centuries ago. And it wasn't alone. Deep in the void, ancient human colonies began to awaken. Worlds that the Council had written off as dead suddenly came alive. Energy readings spiked from forgotten human sectors. Massive gates once thought derelict began powering up again. Humanity had been hiding, waiting, preparing. The Council decided to send an expedition, not a fleet this time, but a research team. Their mission was simple. Find the truth about the Titan-Class warships before the next one appears. They chose a neutral ship, the Arcos Dawn, commanded by a veteran explorer who had seen every corner of the galaxy. The crew was made of the best scientists, engineers, and historians. They were told to follow the energy signatures and find where the humans had gone. It took them months, but they finally found it. A dead system, orbiting a dying star. There was nothing on the surface but ruins, silent and dark, yet the scanners detected life signs deep beneath the crust. The crew descended, thinking they had found a surviving human colony. What they found instead changed everything. Under the planet's surface was a massive chamber, a hangar so large it could hold cities. And inside it, Resting like a sleeping beast was another warship, identical in shape and color to the first. Black, silent, unreadable. When the crew approached, their instruments began to fail. The air vibrated with unseen energy. Some claimed they could hear whispers in their minds. Others said they saw flashes of human faces, old and broken, trapped in the ship's hull. The captain tried to leave, but the doors sealed shut. The chamber came alive. The ship's hull began to move, reshaping itself as if it were alive. Then the ship spoke, not through speakers, but directly into their thoughts. It said only 3 words. "We remember everything." The Arcos dawn never returned. Only fragments of its last transmission reached the council. Images of the black ship rising, breaking through the planet's crust and vanishing into the stars. By then, sightings of Titan-Class warships were reported across multiple sectors. Each appeared without warning. Each destroyed fleets or vanished worlds, and yet they never attacked civilian populations. They seemed to be searching for something, or someone. The Council's Intelligence Division, in desperation, uncovered old human archives hidden deep within restricted files. What they found was horrifying. Long ago, when humanity was still weak, the Council had labeled them a containment species. The Council feared their rapid development and unpredictable behavior. They had secretly decided to erase them before they became a threat. Whole human colonies were bombarded, their worlds sterilized, their people hunted. But humanity didn't die. They escaped into the dark, beyond mapped space, beyond Council sensors. For centuries they built in silence. They studied forbidden sciences, reshaped physics, and merged their minds with machines. They became something new, something beyond biological life. Titans were not ships. They were the union of human consciousness and technology. Each warship was alive, powered by thousands of human minds fused together in perfect unity. And they remembered everything the galaxy had done to them. The Council realized too late. Humanity hadn't returned for conquest. They had returned for judgment. Soon after, the first human message appeared again, this time longer and colder. Your fleets fell because you built your power on fear. Your empires will fall because they forgot mercy. Humanity was once weak. Now we are the storm that ends the age of tyranny. Then the Titans began to move across the stars, not destroying at random but targeting specific systems, worlds that had profited from the extermination of early humans. Each world vanished in silence. No explosion, no debris, just absence. It was as if those worlds had been erased from time itself. Some species tried to surrender. Others begged for forgiveness. But humanity never responded. They didn't need to speak anymore. The Titans were their voice. Months turned into years and the galaxy began to reshape. The Council fell apart completely. The survivors went into hiding, forming new alliances, whispering that maybe humanity would stop once their vengeance was complete. But then, something unexpected happened. The largest Titan, known later as Sol's Wrath, appeared in orbit around the former Council capital. The world's defenses were massive, surrounded by millions of drones and planetary cannons. The Titan didn't attack. Instead, it released something into the atmosphere, a message transmitted into every mind across the planet. It wasn't a threat. It was a memory. Images filled the minds of everyone. The old human cities burning, children running as Council bombers struck, the last words of a dying civilization begging to live. Every creature saw it. Every leader felt the pain of those lost voices. Then the message ended with a single phrase. Remember what you did, and never become us. The Titan turned, fired one beam into the empty sky, and vanished. No one saw another human ship after that day. The Titans disappeared into the deep black, leaving behind only silence and stories. Over the centuries, the galaxy rebuilt. But in every academy, every government, every fleet command, one rule was written in stone. If you ever see a black ship with no transponder, run. Do not engage. Do not follow. Pray it does not see you. Some say the Titans still exist, watching, ensuring the galaxy never forgets. Others believe they went beyond the edge of reality, seeking something greater than vengeance. But legends remain. They say that in the cold void, sometimes you can still hear a whisper through the static of space. We remember everything.